With the influx of PS4 players and returning players from last month's Concerts rerun event, base PSO2 had never been so alive. However, the concert event has ended, and everything went back to normal. At the moment, playing classic PSO2 can be a bit tricky, as Sega never added anything to help with newcomer or returning players. Therefore, I want to share some tips and tricks that will help current base PSO2 players. Do you know you can get a 15-star weapon practically for free? People who played during Global's Episode 6 era would know about it, but this might be a new concept for older returning players and new players. First, you'll need to talk to Prin at the gate area. She is in charge of collection folders, and in the folder named Legendary 15-Star Collection 1, there are 15-star Croesus and Millionaire weapons. Croesus and Millionaire weapons have the same stats, but Croesus has a much easier requirement of 300 dex, meaning you can equip it as early as level 30, so we will want those over Millionaire. To complete this collection folder, you'll need to participate in urgent quests and defeat Lumin mechs. For players whose level is lower than 85 and haven't unlocked ultra hard difficulty, the only method to see a Lumin mech is joining the following two urgent quests, called Final Lament and the Armada of Annihilation. For players with ultra hard unlocked, you can find Lumin mechs in Divide Quest and Ship Infiltration Ultimate Quest, and both of those are soloable. Also, using a rare drop booster can greatly increase the gauge gain, and when gauge is at 100%, you'll need to fulfill the requirement for one more time and pick up the dropped requirement item after doing so. Croesus weapon is a good starting point to go into ultra hard difficulty. It's decent enough in most cases, until you want to try out the endgame content. In that case, for those of you that are interested, I am planning to make another video about how to get better gear after getting Croesus. Bonus key is one of the best ways of leveling in base PSO2, especially for those who are currently in the literal hell of level 75 to 85 range where the required EXP to level up spikes rocket high. The question is, how do we get more of these? For starters, if you have reached level 40, your daily mission will reward you with a Tokyo Silver Key, and your weekly mission will reward you with a Tokyo Gold Key and Rappy Fever Key. Also, daily and weekly missions are character-wide, unlike in NGS which are account-wide. This means if you have 3 characters, which is the maximum number of 3 characters, and they are all above level 40, you can complete dailies and weeklies on all 3 characters, getting 3 silver keys per day and 3 gold keys and Rappy Fever keys per week. This is the guaranteed method to obtain bonus keys, and if you want more, you'll need to try your luck in daily recommended quests. At the quest counter under the recommended quest section, there are 4 quests that rotate daily. There is a gift box icon under each recommended quest. This means you have not claimed the reward box from that quest, and you can claim it by completing this quest with A rank or higher. Most of the time, reward boxes tend to give you nearly useless rewards like a single unique weapon badge or boost plus 50%, but if you are lucky, you may get bonus keys from reward boxes, ranging from Tokyo Silver Key to even Tokyo Rainbow Key, which is added a couple months after NGS launch. If you want to maximize the chance of getting more bonus keys including Rainbow Key, you'll want to complete all 4 recommended quests each day. To summarize, with 3 characters at above level 40 doing every dailies and weeklies, within a week you can get 21 Tokyo Silver Keys, 3 Tokyo Gold Keys, 3 Rappy Fever Keys, and potentially more keys from reward boxes and daily recommended quests. We just talked about the methods of getting bonus keys in the last section. Here, you'll learn about the most effective way of using those. Under the Swap Shop menu, there is an option to exchange any 5 bonus keys for a Tokyo Gold Key. The key here is that you can use expired bonus keys in this exchange. Therefore, the best way to use your silver bonus keys is to hoard them until the next PSO2 day arrives. During PSO2 day, you'll exchange all of your expired silver keys for Tokyo gold keys, and spam the gold keys for EXP. PSO2 day offers an additional 200% EXP boost, so by hoarding silver keys for PSO2 day, you will end up with much more EXP compared to using those silver keys right away. As for the other keys, if they are not expiring during the next PSO2 day, you can wait till PSO2 day to use them. If they are expiring, using them right now is a better choice. By the way, don't forget about using every EXP boost option available before going into bonus key spamming, and here I've listed common EXP boost options for bonus keys. For those of you who are currently suffering in the level 75 to 85 hell, spamming bonus keys in PSO2 day will be the best way to boost you to level 85. Just like in NGS, in base PSO2 you enhance your weapon by feeding other weapons into it. However, it will cost you way more if you just fodder random weapons. In fact, there are two optimal methods to enhance a weapon. The first method is to use EXP weapon minis. They provide 400 EXP per weapon, and the enhancement cost of using one is merely 2000 Mosata. To obtain EXP weapon minis, head to the swap shop counter. In the photon drop exchange, you can trade 10 photon boosters for 1 EXP weapon mini, and in the X cube exchange, you can trade 5 X cubes for 1 weapon. You can get photon boosters by doing advanced quests, or by exchanging Cargasio Phantasm Light, which can be obtained in Tokyo bonus quests. As for the X cubes, you won't have many of them at lower levels, but once you reach level 85, you will be swimming in X cubes after farming Divide quests and Cradle of Darkness. The second method of weapon enhancement is to use the aforementioned weapon collection folder. At higher level, collection folders can be completed at a much faster pace, and you'll usually have many collection folder weapons sitting in the storage. These weapons provide tons of EXP, enough to hit the next level cap in weapon enhancement. This means you only need 4 of these to fully enhance a weapon from +0 to +35, making them very cost-effective. Before the end of this video, I want to share some useful websites, and their links will be in the description. The first website is ARKS Visiphone Wiki. It is the most complete and up-to-date database for base PSO2 and NGS alike. The second website is PSO2 Skill Simulator. It lets you play around with skill point assignment before you actually use your skill point in-game. This is especially important, since at the moment, there is no free-to-play method of resetting a skill tree if you screw up. The third website is PSO2 Affixing Assistant. It is the best tool for planning affixes, and you can also search for how to synthesize certain augments in this tool. And last but not least is Raymaru's Affixing and Gearing Guide. This is a very detailed and extensive guide, and the author Raymaru is a dedicated base PSO2 player with a lot of accomplishments, adding a lot of credibility to this guide. For this video, I chose some tips and tricks that are useful for players across all levels. There are many more things that I want to talk about, but it will make this video way too long if I cover all of them. And for something like cradle farming and gear progression, maybe at some point I'll make a separate video solely focusing on those topics. Anyways, thanks for watching, and peace.